What up, peeps? It's your girl, Josh, coming back to you for Real Takes. Well, you guys, sometimes when it comes to my movie news, I can't wait till the weekend. And there's a couple of things that dropped today that I really want to discuss. So let me go ahead and just jump right in. The first one, of course, has to do with what just came out early today. And that is the teaser, really a teaser for Birds of Prey. Now, I decided I'm not even going to do it. It was just 20 seconds. And from the 20 seconds, it went by so fast. So I wanted to kind of really break it down from what we're seeing. Of course, this is being directed by Kathy Ann, and I'm looking forward to this. Now, when you see Margot Robbie playing, of course, Harley Quinn, she looks really cute with the little hair. You know, I love the little coat she's wearing, just all the colors, just the visuals are beautiful. Then, of course, you get to see, of course, Huntress, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She has some sort of bow arrow type of thing as her weapon of choice. You see Huntress, played by Janae Smollett Bell. She's all beautiful with the bat. You see the blonde hair is very pretty. And of course, you see what looks like to be Ella J. Basco playing Cassandra Cain. She looks kind of like, you know, she's kind of hidden, like she's trying to lay low. She has like a little hoodie. Then you see what looks like to be Chris Messina, who's playing Victor Jazz. Looking forward to seeing him. Also, you don't get to see him in his full look as a Black Mask, but you do get to see Ewan McGregor, so I'm looking forward to him when he has the look, the overall look. I'm figuring most likely that might be CGI mostly, so that's probably why we're not seeing just yet. I didn't see Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya, so I don't know if that glimpsed by really fast in those split seconds that they showed out of the 20 seconds of all the different characters that we see so far. But I like what I saw. I'm loving, like I said, the vibrant colors. You know, looks like they're all going to, you know, bring their A game. Look like they're going to have a lot of fun. I'm really feeling Janae with the blonde hair because I know she normally doesn't look like that. I don't know if that's her hair. It might be a wig. Most likely it's a wig, whichever, because she has naturally curly hair. So, you know, cause that's a lot of frying of blonde hair there to get that look. So you never know. But yes, I just like what I was seeing from what they showcased for the ladies. Definitely from the guys. But I'm looking forward to just seeing a real trailer. This is just a little snippet, so we know we have something to look forward to. I figure when we get closer to around Comic-Con, like I've stated to you guys, I feel like that's when we're going to get a really trailer. They're going to probably do Comic-Con so they can showcase, you know, the characters, and it's going to be something. The build-up for this, of them showing this, has a lot of people very intrigued already. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're bummed because it's only 20 seconds, but I'm like, you guys, it's not February. We have a year to go, so I'm not surprised they didn't give us too much, and I don't want them to. It's just too soon. So I'm just actually excited. They at least showed us what some of them will look like in their appearance. I'm down for this. I'm again excited at the fact that this will be rated R, so that means they're really going to put their A game into this to make it look as good as it can and as graphic as they can go with however the limit is going to be with the director, how she's going to portray each of the characters within the comic for the storyline. So I'm totally here for this. I'm ready. I cannot wait. Yes. It looks really good. So, but yeah, I just want to come on here and talk about that part first, whichever. Get that out the way with the Birds of Prey. And again, February 7th is the date that's supposed to come out into theaters, and I'm so looking forward to that. So, but moving on. The next thing I wanted to discuss really quickly is about, I've been down to talk about, actually I talked about this with somebody recently about the Dark Universe, whichever, because I had talked about this like I want to say spring, summer of last year, whichever. Ever since The Mummy came out, of course, with Tom Cruise in 2017, we didn't hear anything for a while. It was kind of like it almost, in some ways, had been shelved. We got a little worried about that, but it looks like now we're getting a resurgence, and it looks like we're going to get the next one within the universe, and that's going to be The Invisible Man. I'm excited because at first, from what we were hearing, and I'm going to go down the list. Of course, we did, what was it, Dracula Untold, and I think that was the one similar to the one they did where it was starring, I think, Luke Evans. It was okay. And of course, the one with Tom Cruise, The Mummy, I'm going to be honest with you, it was alright, but I felt like in the trailers they gave so much of the movie away, whichever. Secondly, I didn't like the fact that it was PG-13. You know, it was just so much potential there, the way they did that, whichever, but it is what it is. Now, moving forward, we have what is considered to be Frankenstein, which we casted with Javier Bardem, which I'll be excited to see. Bride of Frankenstein, when they're in talks of possibly have Angelina Jolie do that. Possibly a Dr. Jekyll, you know, movie with Russell Crowe. You know, he was kind of introduced in The Mummy. I've been hearing words about the creature from the Black Lagoon, whichever. No one depicted for that one. Of course, for the Invisible Man was supposed to be Johnny Depp. Now, word is out that Johnny Depp is not going to be attached to this particular movie right now. So right now it's up in the air, but it will be produced, of course, by Jason Blum and then also directed by Leigh Whannell. Now, if you know who he is, he actually has been attached to a lot of the movies like The Insidious, but he actually directed recently and written Upgrade. That was one of my favorite movies of 2018. Notable mentions. I loved the movie. It was so good. So I'm actually excited about that. That means if he's coming on to direct it, he'll definitely have his hands in actually the writing of it as well. Now, for what they're saying with Johnny Depp not being attached, they're claiming it says Depp isn't attached anymore due to the film's new direction, what they're doing with that. And he says, but the actor has taken the option to return. Now, if he's not going to do the Invisible Man right now because they're moving forward with Blum Productions, then I'm curious to see what other character he's going to come into play with. Now, I really want them to keep Javier Bardem for Frankenstein. That would be awesome. Definitely, you already know can have a Bride Frankenstein. I really do hope that Angela do. That would be, I think would be perfect for that. Now, for the other characters, those are, an idea. Also, I didn't think they might consider doing even the Wolfman. That would be good as well. So I'm just going to not hold my breath for which one he's going to come back to be option for this, whichever. I'm just down to know who's going to play the lead in The Invisible Man if we're moving forward now to go with that. Now, they're also stating that each film will be developed on its own and won't be considered a PG-13 rating, which is nice. That means that definitely can be rated R, and I'm hoping they are. I don't want this PG-13 thing. I get really tired of that. I know they want as much people to go and see this movie, whichever, but some things, don't need to be PG-13. If you want to feel like you're going to hold back from however you're going to tell the story from the director's vision for it. So I'm like, I would rather them just, do that. Now, I don't know if them doing a PG-13 Wolfman. I'm like, let's just really sit back and think about that. No, I don't think so. But yes, I'm down for this. I'm excited for this. This looks like this is going to be awesome. And with Blumhouse being attached, I feel very confident with that. They've been doing very well in the horror genre as of lately. So I feel like that's a good little incentive for them to go ahead and team up with them. And also using Leigh as the director, I think that's a good move. So I'm excited for that. This looks like this is going to be something I'm definitely looking forward to. But like I said, once I know more about who's being casted, that'll let me know truly if it's gonna really work out. But you can only have so much, but you need to know who is the lead. That does help people to get excited and revved up to see the movie. So, but yes, you guys, I want to just come on here and talk about that one as well. All right, moving on from that, another not to say resurgence, but a reboot is The Grudge. Now, you all remember the American Grudge that came out back in 2004. That was the one that starred Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm excited at this one, but it's kind of like they keep, playing around. Now we're hearing that they changed the date. Now, the original date was supposed to be June of this year, but now it's been moved to January of 2020. It is what it is. These things happen all the time. I've talked about many other movies, of course, around the holidays that got moved or whichever, and some of them have gotten moved from this coming holidays late into the coming fall that'll be moved to next year. So this is Hollywood. This is what they're known for doing a lot. Now, for this one, I'm actually excited for this anyway because I like the original one, which is the first one. The second one, I did not like. And then when they did the third one, by then it was just like, that's that straight to DVD stuff. It's just like, why? Once the second one didn't do well, I don't know why they felt the need to do a third one, whichever. And then I know they did a kind of reboot of The Grudge going up against the character from The Ring. I heard that did very well. I never saw it because I really was not excited to see it. I was not impressed to see that. I like them both for their individuality. I just chose to keep it like that. But for this one, of course, still don't know who's cast. I'm kind of curious to see who's actually in this. Still don't have any word on that part. Hopefully we'll start getting some information about who actually is attached to the movie. Also, I think one of the reasons why they decided to move that, because I had to remind myself in June, the Child's Play reboot comes out, and I know 47 Meters Down comes out as well, the sequel to that one. So the Child's Play one, I can see why they want to move that, which they don't want any, because they're both kind of doing reboots, but they probably didn't feel like they would get a lot of people in the theaters with theirs, because a lot of people, Child's Play, Chucky, he's classic, truly classic. So they didn't want to even entertain that. They knew, so they moved. So, and a lot of people are feeling in January, a little bit is kind of open now for a lot of people to, pick up on that they can use January to, put out a movie, whichever. I've talked about a couple of movies that I've seen that come out in January that have done very well. Now, for January, the last couple of years for horror, I would say I did remember seeing last year. I know Insidious had, I think, was it The Last Keys came out, and then just this month I just saw Escape Room, which was actually pretty good. So I'm like, okay. It's doable. It's doable. If not too much people are going to be competition, that leaves the room for them to see that, holiday movies come out around November, December. So once January comes, everybody wants to see something a little different. That might be probably a good choice for them to actually do that. So I can't be mad at that. So like I said, I just want to see what they're going to showcase now. So that means we have to wait all the way now till the end of the summer before we'll even see a trailer now, because we would have probably been seeing something maybe come March or even April. Not so much now. So, but like I said, once I know a little bit more about that, about who's being casted, then I'll probably discuss that a little bit in detail, whichever, and see how they're going to do. If they're doing exactly similar to their last actual Grudge in regards to storyline, then it's not really much to talk about in that aspect. We can just figure out, are these going to be some newcomers doing the Grudge, or we're going to have any people that we're familiar with in that might play a role in a lot of people going out to see it. If it's a whole new cast, you never know. They might say, you know what, fresh meat, a reboot, we'll just go with the new cast and just see how it plays out. So, but with that said, one more thing I want to discuss, I'm looking forward to this because now I'm getting a little excited and hyped for this, is Candyman. We now have somebody who's been added to the cast, because at first we didn't know who else was going to be cast. We don't know who's casted yet. We just know that, of course, it's being produced by Jordan Peele and also directed by Ania DaCosta. Now, I'm excited for this because the person who's being the main cast of this is Lakeith Stanfield, and I'm actually happy about that. I'm actually enjoying him. He's, of course, as you all know, in Atlanta, and he also was in one of these movies that I like called Sorry to Bother You, and also did the movie Get Out. So he's just doing this thing. I'm excited about this. Now, his character is going to be named Anthony. Now, as soon as I heard that his name is Anthony, I started wondering where they were going to go with this. Now, they're claiming he's going to be playing an artist who's researching the mythology of Candyman. How fitting. If you all recall, that's the same thing that Virginia Madsen did when she was in the first one. Secondly, with his name being Anthony, if you all recall, towards the ending, you remember now, she's considered a reincarnation of, the love that, Candyman had for the woman he was with, before, he was, brutally, brutalized, whichever. He basically, from Virginia Madsen's character, lures her and, with a baby, and he tries to burn them together so they could be together, in some ways reincarnated into a new, as they say, new urban legend of sorts. And she's able to kind of get away from him with the baby, crawls up from up under whatever, the burned rubble, whatever, and all, and is able to return this baby to its mother. Now, mind you, the baby's name was Anthony. So, that's interesting. So is this Anthony now, depending on if they're doing it age-wise, it's been, this came out in the early 90s. I want to say, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 91 or 92. So the math can't be that off. Yeah, he'd be in his 20s, so that could be doable. I'm looking at Lakeith, I'm thinking he's maybe might be like somewhere between 29 and 31, 32. So the age bracket, he can look the part with in regards to age-wise. So yeah, that could be the Anthony that we are discussing. So that has me even more intrigued about the way they're going with the story. That's a good little thing right there. I'm liking that, because I was trying to figure out how they're going to tell the story. So this is actually good. This makes me feel like this is like, in some ways, a sequel. Because if that's the way I'm feeling that they're going with him being named that, then that's actually perfect. Leave the first one like that and then have the second one, whichever. Because if you all recall, of course, we had, Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. Didn't do all that great, and then we had Candyman. Day of the Dead? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Day of the Dead, right? Just straight to video. I didn't even watch that one. I did watch the second one. After that one, I was not feeling it. I just didn't even bother to see the third one. So, but yes, I am totally down to see this. Now, I'm still waiting to see if they're going to consider bringing Tony Todd into the fold. I'm hoping they do in some capacity. I wish he would just come back and be Candyman and just call it a day. Then I would be happy, whichever. They can find a way to genetically alter his, his overall face, meaning he's aged just a little bit, not a lot. You see what they did with Samuel L. Jackson. It's not like it's not possible. So I'm hoping they bring him back as Candyman. That would be perfect. I don't really want a new Candyman. I would have preferred them to use the same one. And that would be so awesome if they do that. this is like a damn classic. You know, I just love everything about the original, so I'm really hoping for them to consider that. So let's hope. My fingers are crossed, whichever. So, but also the simple fact that yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm also looking forward to seeing who else will now be cast. Now that we have Lakeith as the main cast, who else is going to be like the supporting cast, whatever, a buddy, maybe a girlfriend, you know, things of that nature, whichever. Because if he's doing this one, I want to figure, and I'm talking about Jordan Peele, this might partly depend on how good this one is, with his name being attached to it. Will they consider doing another one? And it's a possibility he might just do that. So we'll have to see how that pans out, but I'm totally here for it. So you guys, that is it. I want to jump on here and talk about these 4 things really quickly. Comment below. Let me know what you all think. And with that said, I will see you guys on the next movie news. You guys take care.